I'll go. Good afternoon, Atlanta area campers. We hope you've been having a great time. Here we are halfway through cyber camp this week. Did you have fun cooking with Chef Asada today? I bet it was delicious. Yum, yum, yum. So I was just making some notes here in my journal while I was doing some excavating work, looking for some dinosaur fossils out here. Yesterday, you had an assignment on the old flip grid I see in my notes. You were supposed to tell us what your favorite dinosaur is. Why don't we watch the video and see some of those more clips from this morning?
My favorite dinosaur was the Velociraptor because they run very fast and they have wings to jump down from trees and catch prey.
My favorite dino is the T-Rex. T-Rexy, how did you get here? Well, I guess he just shows up out of nowhere like always. I think my favorite dinosaur is Diplodocus? Diplodocus? I think it's Diplodocus, but I like that dino.
Okay, so my favorite dinosaur is the Tyrannosaurus Rex because it's the king of the dinosaurs.
My favorite is a Velociraptor because it's fast and a good hunter.
Hi, I'm Kenna, and my favorite dinosaur is the Triceratops.
Wow, so many awesome favorites. So do y'all want to know what my favorite is? Well, actually, I got to put my notes down here because there's not just one, there's three. So parents, while I'm looking at this is a great book. We got this at the book fair at our school. I'll let you see it for a second. Good for youngsters to learn all about dinosaurs, such as the Stegosaurus, which is my personal all-time favorite. I guess what I really liked about him were the cool plates on his back and then that spiked tail. So that's my all-time favorite. But then I learned later about the Pachycephalosaurus. He's got this really thick head. Unlike the thin, small head of the Stegosaurus, he had this big, thick head that he could run and ram into other dinosaurs or into trees to knock down to get food and seeds and leaves. My wife might tell you that I've got a hard head too, which is probably why I like him now. And then I've got one more favorite. So this one is the Spinosaurus. Why do I like the Spinosaurus? Well, because when my son was little, we used to watch Dinosaur Train on PBS. And we always loved the way the conductor said, "Oh, Spinosaurus." So really we liked him because of the way he said his name. But he had these cool teeth, much like a crocodile or alligator, with the long jaw and the rows of teeth. So those would probably be my three favorites. Speaking of cool, why don't we hear some more jokes?
There are two fish in a tank. What does one fish say to the other? How do you drive this thing?
What do you call a dinosaur that crashes their car? A Tyrannosaurus Rex. Thank you. Bye.
What is 150 feet tall and jumps every 5 seconds? It's a dinosaur with hiccups.
Why do sharks live in the ocean water? Because Pepaldo makes them sneeze.
There are two.
So one of the things I want to tell you a story about is not really a dinosaur, but he's kind of like a dinosaur among baseball players. Hank Aaron. Have y'all heard of Hank Aaron? If you have, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But if not, he played for the Braves a number of years ago, back when they were in Milwaukee, even before they moved to Atlanta, and then with them in Atlanta. So you might actually call him he was the home run king of Major League Baseball up until a few years ago. You could call him maybe the T-Rex of the long ball. It's a pretty good dinosaur nickname for him. Well, what you may not know is that Hank Aaron was in Scouts growing up in Mobile, Alabama. We're going to watch a little video clip here, just a couple minutes long, and hear his story about scouting. When you listen to it, I want you to think about the importance of uniforms. We all wear camp shirts. Baseball players have uniforms. Scouts have uniforms. But we also want to think about, listen to what he says about what's really important is what's in your heart and what you believe, and not necessarily the particular shirt or pants that you wear. So let's watch the video.
The greatest thrill that I had growing up in Mobile, Alabama, I had a great thrill, but one of them is being a Boy Scout.
You're a Boy Scout.
That
Thanks
was,
for telling me. It's not in the book.
I know. Some things I wanted to keep out of the book. But no, I was a Boy Scout, and I was a very good Boy Scout. I knew all my Scout laws. But my father couldn't afford to buy me a long pair of Boy Scout pants. And I remember growing up in Mobile, Alabama, when segregation was part of whatever. And I was on Lafayette, and some people here in Mobile know exactly what I'm talking about, Lafayette and Davis Avenue, where if you were a good Boy Scout, that's where they gave you the whistle to direct traffic. And I remember directing traffic on Lafayette and Davis Avenue. I see my friend out there. He know exactly what I'm talking about. But Lafayette and Davis Avenue. And I used to do that every year. And I used to know my Scout laws. On my honor, I do my duty to guard my country, to obey the Scout laws, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong and mentally awake and morally straight. Yeah. But I had fun being a Boy Scout. I just, every Tuesday and Wednesday, I used to go to the meetings and sit there with my Scout master, and he and I just used to talk. But that was one of the greatest thrills I had, was growing up in Mobile, Alabama, being a Boy Scout. Mm-hmm. But my father, he just told me, he said, I want you to stay in. He said, but I cannot buy you a long pair of Boy Scout pants. And, you know, and I said, don't worry about it, because I didn't feel a thing.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed hearing that story from Hammerin' Hank himself, the one we'll call in dinosaur world the T-Rex of the long ball. So I have a little souvenir, a little trinket I like to show. So this is my son's all-time best, greatest baseball card. Hank Aaron, 1961. You'll see it's with the Milwaukee Braves before they even moved down to Atlanta, let alone moved up across from the Volunteer Service Center where they are now. So tomorrow, I got a couple things to remind you of here before we get done. One is we're going to plant trees tomorrow. So you should have in your kit, in your book, you're going to have some instructions on it. One thing that we need you to do is to make sure that you water your seed. Put it in water. Actually, do it right now as soon as we get done with this so that it can get good and moist and wet before we plant it tomorrow. And this will be in tomorrow's outdoor activity session. So leave it in the cup of water until then. I forgot to tell y'all, I really liked your jokes. They were quite funny. That was y'all did great with that. And your flip grid today was good. I want to tell you about tomorrow's flip grid assignment. So tomorrow you are going to become a dinosaur. You can become any dinosaur you want. It could be that favorite one that you just told me about, or find one that you know nothing about and go do a little research on it. Look in your handbook, if you're a wolf, look in your wolf book, you got pictures of them. Find one that you don't know much about. Learn some more about it. And then film a short video to upload for tomorrow's flip grid. If you want to sit here like me and describe it, you can. Or if you want to show pictures from a book like this, you can. Or if you want to act it out, no one's going to stop you. But think about all the features that it has. Does it fly? Does it walk? Does it run? If it walks, is it slow? Is it fast? Does it walk on 2 legs or 4? Does it swim? Does it make a sound? Does it have like the, now I can't think of the name of it, the one that's got the little horn on his head. Does it make a little whistling sound? Does it have scales, skin, or even what we were learning this week? A lot of dinosaurs actually had feathers, maybe. Does it have feathers? Does it eat meat, plants, both? What color is it? Have fun with it. Think about all those different questions. Try to answer as many for us as you can in your video, and let's have a lot of fun with that. So we have now come to the end of Wednesday's camp day. We're going to have our closing flag ceremony. Today is going to be brought to us by my own troop, my son's troop, 266 in Dunwoody, Georgia. This video is from his crossover into Boy Scouts that they did last week and had a local camp out. So we're going to watch the flag ceremony now. So I need to give a shout out, thank you to my son, Will Dempsey, his friend, Rahul Anand, and my nephew, Maddox Dempsey, who were the 3 scouts featured in that video. Scouts, I want to remind you, you can go ahead and put your flags up now at home. And last, because a scout is reverent, we want to have a moment of reflection and say a prayer. Pray with me. To our mighty Creator, who made each of us and gave us the ability to learn about living creatures now and millions of years ago, we thank you. We are grateful for the ability to learn about past lives from fossils, even those fossils that we've not yet uncovered. Please guide us as we take these lessons and we learn how to make the world better so that we don't become extinct ourselves someday. Bless each and every camper attending, keep them safe, and while they are super enthusiastic now at home, let them be even more enthusiastic next year when we are all able to come back together at our district camps. Amen. Thank you, and have a great day.